Here's my truth. My name is Chris, and I was addicted to having affairs. In my first marriage, I spent years having relationships outside of my marriage, whether it was physical or emotional, and I was in a very dark place. I was delusional. I ended up blowing up my family. I lost my marriage, and now I only get to have my children every other week. But I want to tell everybody that you can change. You can find redemption within your marriage. Because of Jesus, I found truth, I found reality, and I'm here to help save other marriages. My goal is to help women see that they do not have to be stuck and they don't have to live the lie. And I'm a walking testament that being that I was addicted to having affairs, addicted to the attention of other men while I was married, I'm somebody that can tell you you can heal, you can change, and you can find the truth in who you are and have a good marriage. So if you're walking in infidelity, if you're going outside of your marriage to have a relationship with another man, please reach out to me. I would love to talk with you, and I would love to help you and walk through this with you.
No. Hold on. That means that she got caught, not necessarily that she regretted it, because you don't regret it until you get caught. Are y'all really taking these people serious? Because they got the same story. You know what I'm saying? And here's the funniest part about this whole situation is that they feel compelled to actually share this type of information on the internet. Now, look, we always knew that women were the worst cheaters, the worst in the world. They were just the least likely to tell a story or to get caught. And now they on here telling the internet all of their business. And she said my first marriage, which we don't even know. Apparently she's married again. And so she was okay with getting with a guy, having children, because she said it broke up her whole family. And not only that, when she cheated with multiple different guys because she said she was addicted to affairs. That's crazy. And these are the people that y'all following on social media. But who am I to judge, right? I know that that's one of y'all favorite lines to say is, don't judge anybody. You don't know their story. Well, all we can do is react to the story that they're telling. So now that we know the story that they're projecting onto us, it is something that I think that is important for us to talk about. And then they putting themselves out there, hey, reach out to me, all of this other type of stuff. And I think that the worst part about the situation is that they try to bring God into it. They try to bring Jesus into it. They try to bring religion into it. And it's like, no, just stop embarrassing the church like that. You know, I'm not the greatest person in the world when it comes to how it is that Christians believe that you're supposed to live your life. And that's why I don't profess myself to be a preacher. Now, I profess myself to love God and to have read the Bible multiple different times, which I have, and all of that other type of stuff. And so the way that I actually live my life in real life, I think should be the reflection of whatever it is that you're trying to project. But when you're online talking about, yo, and because of this, she never said that she regretted it. She never said that she was sorry. She never said how she made amends to the person that she ruined. She never really acknowledged that the children's lives are absolutely over. You know what they do, right? Because, cool, a lot of people will say, but no, God changed her. That's awesome. I want to know how it affected your family. You know what I'm saying? I want to know how the children are the ones that's going to suffer as a result of it. Because when a man actually has to go through something, or when a man does something, you know what happens? We got to be held accountable for it. And we can't even tell our story online. Like this, what y'all got going on right now, that's not a thing amongst men. And the reason that it's not a thing amongst men is because we know that we will get castrated, crucified, never celebrated as a result of it. But I'm telling you, women got a redemption story. I did a review video because I was watching a video of one of the guys getting interviewed that was busting down Cassie. And do you know that there are people that were in the comments that were still, even though he was talking about how she loved the juggling, the multiples, and all of this other type of stuff, there are women that's still in the comments on all platforms that this thing is being shown on. That's like, oh no, but she's still a good. It was Diddy's fault, and it's like, where is the accountability? Where is the responsibility? Where is the remorse? I don't see remorse from women that do diabolical shit. I don't, bro. I don't. I don't see an ounce of it. I don't see like, and you'll look at this woman, and so let's assume for the sake of conversation that she said her first marriage. Let's assume for the sake of conversation, based off of the context of what she's giving this story on, that she is in another relationship. There is a simp that is going to come along and the first thing that y'all all say is, how she looks, and she's a nice looking woman with long hair, and she's a white girl and all of that stuff. And so y'all gonna say she a baddie. And that's how y'all judge a lot of these people. Y'all judge a lot of these women based off of what they look like. You ain't judging them based off of how many they done took down. You ain't judging them off of the fact that they got fucked up character. You ain't judging them off of the fact that they got remorse. Like when you do something like what she says, I, honestly, I think you need to sit in that because I don't even know if you really over it yet. When a person first goes to church or they discover God, right? Usually, most times, it's after they've had something traumatic or they hit rock bottom or whatever like that. And so when I see people immediately jump out and then they want to start doing stuff for other people, I'm not even sure that you fully recovered yet. You might be one of those, people that's alcoholic and you've been sober for 6 months, a year. Yo, you need a 5-year pen before you start having conversations and sponsoring somebody else. You need a 10-year pen. And it's like, it's like people that mess up their relationship and then they jump right into a new relationship. And it's like, how do you know that you're ready for a relationship or if you're just gonna ruin another person as a result of it? How do you really know? How do you get addicted? Let's think about the context of what she first said. How do you get addicted to affairs? You mean you addicted to the D? That means you addicted to being with multiple different men. That means that you might be for the streets. It's not a like I've never heard of an affair addiction. That's not a real thing. I'm addicted to doing something I'm not supposed to do when I'm not supposed to do it in order to make myself feel good. You're at the behest of somebody else, even if I got a kid or a family and I'm not able to make the sacrifices. So now, you know what I'm saying? Your kid not only social media is a trip, right? Because not only did she do it in real life, and that her husband and the kids could have possibly like not even been familiar with what was going on or anything like that, right? But not only did she embarrass herself in real life, now she's on the internet saying it, and your kids can see it. You don't know how old the kids was when it happened, so they could have not been familiar with it. Your kids can see it. Your kids' friends can see it. It's just an embarrassing situation, and you know, I don't know what drives y'all to get on the internet and say, "Hey, listen, this is what I'm about to do. I'm about to embarrass myself, and it's important for me to tell my story in order for me to live your truth." No, shut the fuck up, sit down, and try to figure out whether or not you got some real issues that's beyond just the religious aspect of it. That's the truth. That's how I would advise people. But who knows? I don't know nothing. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley 40% off your first order, 20% off of life. I love you. I appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments.